Hey guys, you're watching this one and only. My name is AJ, and we are back on another episode of Let's Build a Theme Park. I love this ride, and you guys have come up with some really cool ideas to make it a little bit better as well. So I've got the track round though, so we're going to give it a quick run here. I have given it a run myself because I put everything down right. I jumped in the minecart, I pushed a button, and I didn't go anywhere. And I was like, well, what's going on? How come I'm not moving? And so I put my minecart here, and I tried to push my way up. Nope, it wouldn't go up. It didn't do it. And then I realised, stupidly, that I was I was using activator rails instead of powered rails. They look relatively similar, especially if you're just placing them down. So be careful in the future, because that really confused me for a little bit. But it's a really nice ride, like the Dragon roller coaster. It only has powered rail on uphill stretches. There's no power rail on any flat surface, and there's no power rail going down. So it's just like a real roller coaster. It has the momentum of a real roller coaster. Wrapping around that tree, you can't see anything. Your head just goes in the tree, because I suppose it's a little bit too close, but that doesn't bother me. I still think it's quite fun. But yeah, I love it when we can build roller coasters that are momentum based, because on real roller coasters they only ever have like chains on the uphill bits. You never like have anything that makes you go faster on any of the other parts of the track. You know, they only have like the conveyor belt or the chain or whatever they use on that specific one. But we need to do a little bit of work today. We need to figure out how we're going to like hold this up. I was thinking, I had a great suggestion, in fact, of using like fence posts or wooden stairs to like hold it to the trees instead of our normal sort of pillar way that we've been doing. So that's really cool. Another idea that was suggested, which I did really like, it's a little bit evil, but I did like the idea, was to make something that sort of resembled spikes. Like they used to have the old spike tracks, or the old spike pits in these sort of jungle temples. You know, I used to play Tomb Raider a lot. Tomb Raider's a great sort of exploration puzzle game, and they would always, in every single one, there would always be some sort of spiked area that would, you know, if you fell in, you would just die instantly, and it would spike her. And so we're going to do something like that. What we're going to do is we're going to use a combination of normal fences and nether brick fences, and we're going to do the bottom half. We're going to do them too high. The bottom half is going to be normal fences, and the top half is going to be nether fences. And then that way it's going to look like there's blood on the top half of it, which I think is pretty funny. So let's get some of these and some of these. And if we put one there and one there, the only trouble is that they do join up. And I don't want to do it like that, because that's going to look awful. So what we're going to have to do is do it like this and do it like every other one. And that should look okay then. This is evil. You guys are evil. But yeah, it looks like spikes with blood on the top of it. Pretty cool, I think. Okay, so that's idea number one. We'll put down all these ones first. I think that might be a quicker way to do it. Do. And then put these on top. Oh, I wonder if on this world I could do the fence thing. Nope. Doesn't work with fences. I have no idea why. We found that out on the city world, didn't we? I have absolutely no idea why it does that. But what I might do is I might make the pit a tiny bit bigger so we get more fences that aren't joined up to like the walls. Oh yeah, these middle ones need to go, don't they? That will help. Okay, we need to take these back again. What else do we need to do? Yeah, so I was thinking either using stone or wood stairs to connect the actual track up to the trees to make it look like it's not floating. I hate it when they just look like they're floating in midair. It's not the way that we do things around here. This is gonna look so much better. So much better. And then maybe we can put some put some redstone dust on the floor to look like a little bit of blood. Maybe if we take all this grass away as well. We don't really want grass down here, do we? So if we remove all of this, I think that's all of it, isn't it? Oops. One over here. That'll spread, otherwise that shouldn't spread down 2 blocks as far as my understanding of Minecraft works. We should be good. Okay, so that's gonna come like this. Like that. Oh yeah, they look cool. They look great. They look great. There. There. Nope. There. Cow! Really? You're gonna get in my way, aren't you, for the, like, remaining fences? I know you. I know you. I tell you what. Oops. Boop. No, that didn't stop it. I thought mob spawning should have stopped it. Why did that grass grow? How come grass is growing 2 blocks down now? Since when was that a thing in Minecraft? Why is everything going wrong? Natural... No, I want natural regeneration, not that I need it. Cow! You always want to make things hard for me, don't you? Stop moving! Okay, we're away again. We're away. It's like nothing ever happened. There and there. Wonderful, wonderful. Let's stick these on top, and then we'll call this a job well done. And then the other thing that you guys suggested, which I think I agree with, is to put just a little sort of row of jungle trees around the outside of the track. Because at the moment, it's great when we're like in the centre, but when it comes to the outside of the track, you can it sort of loses the effect of being like in the jungle, because you can see the rest of the theme park. So instead, if we just put one sort of line of jungle trees there, that'll really sort of keep the effect going throughout the whole ride. I think the ride's actually quite long as well. It's probably one of the longest ones that we've got, apart from the first one that we built. I think that's the longest because it's the slowest. Oh yeah, that looks cool. That looks cool. What about a little bit of redstone here and there? Drop. Oh, I just thought of the best idea. I just thought of the best idea. We're going to put some mob heads down here. Hey? Ha! I bet at least one of you already thought of that. Probably. Put some creeper ones down here as well. Okay, skeletons. And we'll put some on top of the sticks as well. Okay, it's really hard to navigate through these. Not easy. Let's put some wither ones down. Ooh. They're really spooky, aren't they? The wither skeleton skulls? They're spooky. They don't look so appealing, do they? Okay, so put that there. Get some zombie ones in there. We probably won't put any creeper ones down, in fact, really. I don't really want to. Maybe and then we can put the Steve ones on top of some of the spikes. Like fresh. They're fresh. They haven't slid all the way down yet. There we go. Oh, that looks cool. Yeah. Okay. Let's work out where these are going to hold up. Are we going to use oak? That's probably a nice one to use. And then we go from like here. Whoops. And what we're going to do is we're going to go down like this. Now, this really reminds me of Season 1 of Zonocraft. Season 1 of Zonocraft was a complete series that was in a jungle. And I think it was when jungles first came out on console, which is why we were doing it. And there was so many buildings. This jungle ended up being absolutely huge. It really, really was a big place. This isn't going to reach you there, but we'll go down to the floor like this anyway. That's really cool. Look, we should do more stairs sort of stuff. I think that looks great. One there. One there. There we go. Yeah, that still looks like it's holding itself up, doesn't it? And then, I don't know if this one's going to reach. If it does reach, it's going to be pretty close. But yeah, it's reminding me of Zonocraft Season 1 because we done a lot of this stuff. This is how we held all of our buildings up. It was a lot of work. As you can imagine, this is not easy on survival. Because you can't just float there like how we're doing. It doesn't work like that. And boy was it difficult. But we managed it, and we had that series going on for quite a while, for the longest time. It was my longest running series, I think, until the Let's Build a Hunger Games, maybe? That could have been a longer one. I don't know, it might have been Let's Build a City. I got a sneeze coming. Chew! 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 Okay, we're fine. Okay, so that goes into there. Wonderful. It's going to be a lot of this, I think. I want to really make it look like it's held up really well. This is going to look amazing once it's done and we back off as well. Have I got a question of the day? Oh, I do have a question of the day. Let's talk about the question of the day. It was a subscriber asked question quite a while ago now. I'm not even sure if it was on this series. I think it might have been on this series. The question of the day is, what is the most inappropriate time you have laughed? So basically, like, when have you laughed when you shouldn't have laughed? And it's happened to everyone, hasn't it? Don't even lie to me. You've accidentally laughed when you shouldn't have, and you might have got in trouble for it. Whoops. You might have got in trouble for it. You might not have got in trouble for it. I think my one was actually the leaving ceremony for my high school. Not like, well, sort of like graduation, I suppose, but it was only high school and not university. And basically, I had a friend called Marco, and I think I've sort of spoken to about him a little bit on this on my channel here and there on episodes and stuff like that. Especially when we were building the high school on the city. I'm pretty sure I mentioned him there. I said a couple of stories about him there, and he, if you don't know, if I haven't spoken to him or you haven't heard me speak about him, he was a little bit of a troublemaker. He was a troublemaker. He was a very friendly guy, but he was a little bit of a troublemaker, a little bit of a bad boy. And at the leaving ceremony, we had to shake hands with the deputy headmistress she was at the time. And he walked up to her, and or everybody would go to the headmaster and collect your certificate, or your like a certificate of saying that you've completed the 5 years of high school or whatever, and then you would go and shake the deputy headmistress's hand, and then you'd go and sit down, and then you'd go and join everybody sitting down in what we called the assembly hall, which was the sports hall. And you just go and sit back on the floor again, because we never had chairs for some reason. They always used to make us sit on the floor. And anyway, everybody was going through shaking everyone's hand, shaking the hand and everything. And it was no problem until it came to Marco. Marco walked up. He grabbed his certificate. He walked over to the deputy headmistress, who I must admit he never got along with anyway, because being a bit of a troublemaker, he obviously saw her quite a lot, and he walked up. It's not funny. I shouldn't have laughed, and shook her hand, but her hand was a little bit sweaty, and because it was sweaty, he shook her hand and then wiped his hands on his jacket, on his blazer. We called them blazers, but like the jacket that you wear. At high school, we had uniform at our high school. You had to wear a school uniform, and he wiped it on his jacket and went and sat down. Anyway, I laughed. I couldn't help it. I found it funny. It was just something. It was something that I could see Marco doing, but you sort of still don't expect it. It was funny but inappropriate, and a few other people laughed as well. And he got in trouble for it, unfortunately. But it was a good way for him to leave the high school, if you know what I mean. It was like the perfect way that he could have ever ended it. He couldn't have left in any better way at all. I still remember it now. I still remember him wiping his hand on his jacket. Now, it might not seem all of that funny when I'm telling it to you now. I'm sure a lot of you are like, that's not even funny. Well, what are you even laughing at? But at the time, just to do that on your last day, because you got to remember as well, there was all the papers there, newspapers and stuff like this, and photographers and parents were there as well. Obviously, parents were sitting. They got chairs. We didn't get chairs, but the parents got chairs, and they were watching it and everything, and taking pictures on their phones and on their cameras, and I expect it was embarrassing for the deputy headmistress to have to see that, and watch it. But I found it funny, so that's my thing. So if you've had a moment like that, put it down in the comment section below. I would love to hear it. do with a good laugh. Everyone can always do with a good laugh every now and again, can't they? And that should do the job for sure. It'd be funny, you guys reading other people's as well. So maybe scroll down to the comment section and have a read down there. I love you guys in the comment section as well. I know how friendly you guys actually are compared to some other channels. You know, I can look in the comment section of some other channels, and the comment section isn't a very nice place. But on my channel, you guys, wow, that's a huge one. You guys really get on, and you chat, and you organise meeting on Xbox to help out. Oh, we can't do that, can we? I need some water bucket. We learnt this last episode. You know, you organise building something on Xbox, and you sort of all get together, and that's really cool. That's really cool to see. You know, organisation and making new friends. A lot of you have made friends through the comment section, and are building together now and stuff like that, which is awesome. I mean, that's really, really great, and you guys give a lot of support. So I might as well say thank you for that. You know, thank you for your continued support on every episode. Thank you for all the likes and all the shares and the favourites, because I can see what's favourited and what's liked more and everything like that. You know, I can see that on my analytics, and there's a lot more than what most channels get of my size on my channel. So yeah, thank you for that. Give yourselves a pat on the back and grow, my pretty. We're nearly done, surprisingly. He won't grow us, probably because the ride's a little bit too close. Let's back this up a little bit. There we go. Okay, we are going to have to give a ride of this roller coaster as well, again, to make sure that there's no... That's a derpy one. It's so derpy. Yeah, to make sure there's nothing over the track. Like, that was pretty close. But yeah, this jungle tree around the outside, it's a good idea, definitely. It's not too much work. It's not going to make the roller coaster... you know, too big, too cumbersome. It's still going to look nice. There we go. Because it's not a huge roller coaster. It does take a while to ride because of the speed. You're not going full throttle all the time, which is really, really nice. There's no way to slow down minecarts. I wish that there was a way that you could slow them down. You know, at least not make them run at top speed all the time. Maybe like have a different, a new type of rail. Like the half-speed rail or something like that. That only lets you go half the speed of what you could normally go. I think that would be pretty good. I think that would be a good idea anyway. Okay, and then we'll bone meal around here. Just to give a bit more of a feeling. Oh, there we go. A little bit of lag. And then I think to really finish this roller coaster off, which I'll probably do off camera because it's going to be a really boring thing to do, is we're going to have to somehow fence this in to be able to put a road around it, and you know, most of the time we either put a little quartz wall around it, or you know, because we usually have the concrete, we usually have the grey wool that we use as concrete or tarmac or something to go around the whole edge of the ride. So we can't really do that in a jungle, but we definitely need something to sort of hold the ride in. Do you know what I mean? How cool does that look? How cool does that ride look from here? That is a screenshot and a half, isn't it? And now all of the structures are all up and it's all been held up nicely. I think that's pretty cool. I think that is pretty cool. Hiccups. I'm wondering if we want anything around the side. Oh man, these hiccups. Oh, are we stopped? Whew. Any anything around the side of these tracks, like, oops. Like spruce, upside down spruce stairs, like this every so often, like every other block maybe. I think that could look quite nice. Just put it there. Just to add a little bit more thickness, do you know what I mean, to the ride? Because at the moment it's only 1 block wide, and all of our other roller coasters are a minimum of 3 blocks. Because this looks very, very thin, and at least having this, it's gonna add a little something. I could put what are they called? Fences either side, but because fences are actually 1.5 blocks tall, they do slow down the minecart. In fact, I suppose that is a way to slow down minecarts. We did actually do that on the first roller coaster by accident, which is why the first roller coaster that we built takes so long to build. What episode is this, by the way? Wait a minute. This is episode 46. Wow! So we're getting towards the second world tour of this world. So if you are a new subscriber and you don't know what we've built so far, keep watching until episode 50, and then you can do like a mega big catch up, and it'll let you know what we've built, like from the very start, which is awesome. And we always go around and we ride every single ride, and we'll look at every single thing that we've built. I don't like how that doesn't line up. I think I'd rather have that there and that there. Why did I put that there and not there? Huh? Answer me that. Answer me that. You know what? We'll keep it. It's not going to be noticed. That's fine. I think we're pretty much done. I mean, it's a little bit of a shorter episode. I don't really want to cut away. Let's just carry on. We'll just carry on building together. Have I got any embarrassing moments of when I laughed when I shouldn't? I probably do. Oh, no doubt I do. It's just a matter of remembering them, because you don't want to remember them most of the time. I do. I think the most common one that a lot of you guys will have is when you see someone fall over when they shouldn't. I mean, that is always hilarious. I find it hilarious. Like, especially teachers. I do remember another school one. I think a lot of these are going to be school related, because when you're at school, you're sort of a little bit more, I don't know if it's immature, but I don't know, you just laugh a lot easier, don't you? I still laugh a lot now, so I can't really say much. But it was snowing, it was winter, and it was one of the worst sort of snows that I can really ever remember while at high school. I know it never really used to snow that much when I was at school. I swear it was done deliberately so I didn't have to, or so I couldn't ever get a day off. I swear now I've left school, it snowed quite heavy that I expect people have had days off, but I think the whole time that I was at high school, I think I had 2 days off because of snow. And that's pretty ridiculous. I wish we had more. But yeah, so it was snowing really, really hard. And we were walking from, I think it was second to third period, or like second to third class. And we had to go across this big concrete sort of, I don't know. It wasn't really it was just like a big slab of concrete, like not like a play area, it was just a pathway, but it was a big one. And I had a teacher that had a bit of a bad back, bless her, which is why it wasn't funny, and which is why I'm a bit gutted that I laughed, because she had a bit of a bad back, so she couldn't carry her stuff to her next class. And she was a teacher, obviously, and so she used to have one of these sort of trolleys that old people have, not like a food trolley, but like it was sort of like a travel bag with wheels on it. That's probably the easiest way to explain it. So she would wheel it about everywhere, and she'd just have to hold it and sort of drag it behind her. Anyway, she got onto this that matches up wonderful. She got onto this piece of concrete which was very, very slippery, and boy was it slippery. I mean, we were struggling to just stand up on it, do you know what I mean, to walk across it. As she started going, and we weren't really waiting, we weren't really looking for her to fall over, but she was just a few steps ahead of us, so you're sort of looking where you're going and you're sort of looking where she is. And she fell over. It slipped, she slipped, she went down hard as well. I mean, she hit the ground like a sack of spuds, and she didn't hurt herself, which is why it's okay to sort of laugh. But she couldn't get up that easily because of her bad back, so we had to help her back up again. And I laughed, and she gave me a glare for laughing. She said I could have really hurt myself. So then I did feel bad for a little while, but now it's all past, and she didn't hurt herself. I think I'm allowed to laugh at my teacher falling over. Yeah. So there's another one. Apart from that, I don't think I really have any moments. I'm pretty good I think I'm pretty good when it comes to not laughing when I shouldn't. I'm pretty good at holding it in and not make myself look like a fool or getting myself in trouble. You know, I used to hang around with a few people at school that would get into trouble quite a lot. So I sort of learned the skill on how to have a laugh with them, but not get into trouble myself. Very smart, very clever. Because no one likes getting into trouble, does it? Do they? Okay, that looks really, really cool. Yeah, that's really added like a rickety factor to it, hasn't it? Do you know what I mean? It's really added. You can really see where the whole paths go and everything. I really, really do like that. Okay, let's give it a test run. Let's clear my inventory, so I just got my hand. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that looks cool with the stairs on either side, that's for sure. Oh yeah, we can go through the leaves. That's pretty cool. Or we go right underneath here. Oh, bit of lag. That's okay. We're away again. Around the top of the temple. And back down again. It slows down just when you need it to, doesn't it? Oh, we're up. And then we go around the side of the temple. Down this side. Yeah, with the trees on that other side now, it feels like you're still in the jungle, even though it's only a layer thick. Poop! There we go. Fixed. There's only that little problem there. Wonderful. That'll run a second time as well. Okay, how sweet does that look like with all the pillars holding it up? Wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. Okay, and this road, look, is pretty much perfectly lined up for us to then have a little track coming straight opposite the castle there. We'll probably come back to this soon. Maybe even next episode we'll do a little bit more on this. Get a few more walls in. I have done the other wall. I have done the other wall over here now. That was one of the things that I done on the off-camera stuff. And this is where I also found out that these chiseled blocks can turn into these blocks sometimes. So be very careful on Survival World. I did talk about this on Zonocraft. I was coming around here. I was looking at this wall, flying around this side, and placing them down. And I was literally just placing them down like this. You know, going along, placing the blocks down. And these blocks were turning to these blocks. They were literally changing block. And that would be very frustrating. It's not that bad on creative because obviously you can just get unlimited of them. But on survival, you don't have unlimited resources of those blocks. You know, they can only be found in jungle temples at the moment. Which don't come up all that often. But yeah, how cool is the contrast between those two colours? I can't wait to get some more done on that, some more windows and stuff like that. If we can get a facade done on it, the front of it, that would be amazing. Anyway, guys, we are going to leave it there. If you enjoyed it, hit that like button. If you haven't already, please subscribe. And we shall see you in the next episode. Bye!